Hi everyone and welcome to my 2015 favourites. I can't believe it's that time already. But I wanted to narrow it down a little bit because I wanted to talk about things that I really did love, not just things that I generally just enjoyed. And I've tried to kind of pick from different categories as well, but also some of these things are specific products and some of them are kind of a representation of a line or of a particular product, if that makes sense. So I'm going to jump right into it because I've got a lot to talk about and I want to make sure that this video isn't a million minutes long. But I'll start with skincare. The first favourite I have here is the Naturally Radiant Glycolic Overnight Peel from the Superdrug Naturally Radiant range. I really like this range from Superdrug. I think generally Superdrug's own brand range is pretty good, and this is just a kind of overnight treatment that you put on your skin without any moisturiser or anything underneath, and it really brightens your skin and just helps everything look a little bit more clear and kind of vibrant, and I've used that a lot. I've nearly finished this actually. Then another product from Superdrug's own range is the Clearly Youthful Retexturizing Glycolic Peel Off Mask. I actually bought this based on a recommendation from Miss Budget Beauty because she was raving about this and I really like it. She likened it to the Ren Glycolic Mask. I don't think I like it as much as that just because I can't get to grips with the peeling aspect of it. It never peels off in one go and that's a little bit annoying, but it really does retexturize your skin. It makes everything kind of a lot more refined and I really like it, and again you can see I've used this loads. Then the last skincare product is from Nip and Fab and it's the Glycolic Fix Night Pads Extreme. I also like the day versions of these, so just kind of the not extreme ones. They're a favourite of this year too. Really great, really affordable. They're always on offer in Superdrug and I just love them. I think they're really great products and they really help to keep your skin really clear and bright. Then for fragrance, and then I'll move on to makeup, I've got two here that are from the same range, and this is kind of a nod to the range but also just really nice fragrances individually, and it's the Library of Fragrance, which I think is kind of Boots answer to Jo Malone. Really unusual scents and you can kind of mix them and customise them. I've got the peach one and the jasmine one. And I love both of these in the summer. They're not very wintry scents, obviously. The peach one is so lovely and the jasmine one's a great true jasmine scent. If you're a fan of jasmine, you will love this. Really great range to check out that's really impressed me in 2015. Then moving on to skincare, I'll start I'll start with a kind of base related things. I suppose you could count this as skincare, but I use it more as a primer, and it's the Bioderma Sebum Refiner Corrective Care for Enlarged Pores. I just use this because it's very mattifying under my makeup in the summer, especially when my skin was very oily. If I look in the viewfinder today, my skin looks a little bit oily, but it's because I'm wearing the Clarins is it Forever Radiant or something, like True Radiance foundation, which is beautiful but it doesn't really suit my complexion, but I still wear it because I love the finish of it. But this works great under any foundation. It really refines your pores and helps to keep you shine free. Obviously it doesn't keep you shine free all day long because let's face it, I don't know about you but my skin's so oily I do need to blot and powder throughout the day anyway. Then for foundation, I've got a full review of this on my channel, which I'll link down below, but it's the Maybelline Dream Flawless Nude Foundation. I use this so much, you can actually see how much I've used in here. It's very liquidy, beautiful finish, really easy to blend, kind of almost blends itself. Definitely one that I would repurchase. I think the packaging's really lovely and just a great product that I was really impressed with and really enjoyed. And the second foundation, you know I'm going to talk about this, is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Matte Foundation. Love this. These two were my go-to foundations for pretty much most of this year. It's only recently that I've started toying around with other foundations because it's winter and I kind of want a bit more coverage or maybe slightly a dewier finish because my skin's a bit drier. But these two have stood out so much from every kind of foundation launch on the market. Loved both of them, really amazing. And then I've got an Essence product here, and there's actually quite a lot of Essence in this video. It's kind of, I've discovered the brand, and this is the Essence All About Matte Fixing Compact Powder, and it's basically like a blotting powder. It's colourless. It works really nicely if you have oily skin. Just be careful not to use a really dense brush. I like to use just kind of like a duo fibre brush. Works really nicely and I really like it, and it's so inexpensive. It's like £2.20 or something. Then moving on to eye products. I've got two that are from Essence actually, so I'll start with those. The first one is the Essence 3D Shadow in Irresistible Caramel Cream. I'm not usually a fan of drugstore eyeshadows, but these ones just looked really unusual. I thought that the kind of pattern looked a little bit like the Hourglass eyeshadows, so I thought that I would try them. And if you use a brush with these, they don't work. If you use fingers with these, they're so pigmented, so creamy, and just such beautiful, beautiful quality. And you can see there, and if I kind of put some on my hand, they just apply so beautifully, and just really, really surprising quality for the price. Great to just check in your bag for travelling. A nice kind of holiday colours as well, I think. And then I've had one mascara that's kind of stood out to me this month. I am using the Bourjois Volume Glamour at the moment, but I haven't been using it long enough to kind of warrant it being a favourite. Come a bit closer so you can see. I really like it. I think it's really pretty, but like I said, I don't want to mention that yet because I haven't been using it long enough. But this is the Essence Maximum Volume Mascara. I'll show you what the wand looks like because it's quite a cool wand. It's a plastic wand, which tends to work better if, like me, you have really crap eyelashes. But this just gives a really nice finish. It's really lengthening, doesn't give too much volume, but just a nice everyday mascara, one that would work for you if you don't have very great eyelashes. Good bottom lash mascara as well, and one that I think is quite nice to layer underneath really volumising mascaras, which is what I like to do quite often. So like that a lot. Then I've got two eyeshadow palettes here. One is from Eyes of Ours, and it's the Matte Dark Temptress. I mentioned this in my December favourites as well. But these are the shadows. I know they look so boring. It's actually what I'm wearing on my eyes today. But something about these, really lovely textures, just really flattering colours, and I've reached for this so much since I got it that I really, really recommend you give these a go. And then last but not least, this is a really inexpensive brand, and it's W7 in the Nude palette, and it's basically their answer, or their dupe shall we say, to Urban Decay's Naked 3 palette, which was the pink toned one, which I didn't buy because I didn't think I was going to be that into the shades in it. But these shades are surprisingly flattering on my colouring, and they are really nice quality. I don't need the Urban Decay ones. I'm really happy with these. They work really well, and I just think that for $5.99 you can't go wrong. Pretty nice packaging too. Then for cheek products, I've got mostly bronzers in here. I don't have a blush that I think's kind of wowed me this year, I'm afraid. But the bronzer that has been my go-to bronzer this year is the Clarins Aquatic Treasures bronzer. They do a bronzer like this pretty much every year, and the packaging of it is stunning. The actual product itself is beautiful. A nice kind of honey-toned, not too orange bronzer. Love the packaging, as I said, it's just so beautiful. And I've used this loads. It really kind of was my go-to bronzer. Then also, this has been the year of contouring. Contouring has been so big. Then we've had strobing and all these types of things, but contour palettes have been where it's at, and I've got a few here that I've really liked this year, both really inexpensive. The first one's the Flawless Chisel Cheeks Contour Kit by Barry M, and in here you just get 3 shades. So kind of highlighty, a bronzer and a contour. The bronzer I don't like at all, but the contour shade's really lovely, as is the highlighting shade for kind of under your eyes and everything. For like £5, I know the packaging's not great, but it was a very, very nice product and something that I've used a lot. And then this is the Ultra Contour Palette from Makeup Revolution, which looks like this. And you don't really need all the colours in here. A lot of them are kind of very similar, but this highlight is absolutely beautiful, and I use this shade to contour with. I've used that to contour with today actually, and really lovely quality, really nice shadows. Good if you like to kind of play around with makeup. A lot of these palettes are really unusual in terms of the kind of how current everything that they do is, and I really like this one. Then last but not least, moving on to lip products. 2015 has also been the year of lip liners. We've all been into lip liners, haven't we? I always have been into lip liners, and I've always worn a nude lip liner under whatever lipstick I'm wearing. But I've gotten into kind of more coloured lip liners and wearing lip liners on their own. I've just got some kind of representations here, not necessarily the colours, but just ranges that I've loved. The Primark PS Love ones. Really, really lovely. That kind of pink shade's beautiful, and the red one's a great quality lip liner as well. Love those. Essence lip liners are amazing too. You can see how much I've used the nude one. It's kind of tiny. And then I've got the red one and the kind of pinky one, which is called Cute Pink as well. Love these. I just think they're such nice quality. They're like £1 or something. Really, really good. And also Rimmel's East End Snob, which I love the texture of. The shade isn't the most flattering on me, but the texture of these are lovely, and if they did a nude one, I'd be all over it. One that was exactly the same colour of my lips would be amazing, but I did really like this. And then in terms of standout lip products, the Clarins Eclat Minute Balm, what they called Instant Light Balm Lip Perfectors. This one is in number 4 and it's the kind of orangey shade. Really lovely for holiday. They're really sheer, really moisturising, just add a little bit of a hint of a colour. Smell gorgeous like the Instant Lip Perfectors do, and the packaging is adorable. Then another colour that's really stood out for me this year was this one from Revlon, and it's Juicy Papaya Lip Butter. I don't know what it is about this colour, it's just kind of like a peachy orange, but I just wore it loads because it was really flattering and easy to wear in the summer, and just one that I kind of got a lot of use out of and I really loved. Then this is a new range that I discovered this year, and it's Bagsy, and this is their Lip Velvet. It's very much that kind of Kylie Jenner colour, which I love because I think it's really flattering on my skin tone. So I always mention this because if you're similar skin tone to me, then kind of that might help you with recommendations. Really, really like this. Feels so comfortable on the lips, just beautiful. And then last but not least, another Revlon one. You know I love Revlon lip products. This is their HD lipstick in Rose. Smells so good. Smells like marshmallows, and it's just a kind of pink, light pink colour. Really, really pretty. I like the packaging of these, and they're just nice sheer lip products. They're not kind of the most long wearing, but they feel comfortable on the lips, and the colours that they did were very pretty. And then last but not least, we have nails. I didn't want to include a million nail polishes. I really wanted to just think of one nail polish that stood out to me this year. And you know I always love Essie nail polishes, but that's the thing, I can't pick a favourite because I love all of them. But one that stood out to me this year was the Maybelline Superstay nail polish in Rose, what was it? Rose Poudre. Is it Rose Powder? Presumably, and it's just a kind of nude pink colour, lovely formula, nice wide brush, applies beautifully. And then my go-to base coat and top coat this year that I have repurchased time and time again, I was actually sent these the first time and I finished them up and I've loved them and I've repurchased them ever since, and they're the Essence the Gel Nail Polish base and top coat. Both work amazingly well. The nail polish I've got on right now, for example, is from The Body Shop, and I've got this over the top. They give a really shiny finish, help your nail polish last for ages, and just work really, really well, and they're about £2.50 each, so I will continue to repurchase those because they're just so effective, and they work really, really well at keeping your nail polish looking perfect for as long as possible. I then thought that I'd just throw in a couple of kind of random favourites and that kind of thing. So my favourite TV series this year has to have been Sons of Anarchy. I started watching it and finished it this year. Absolutely loved it. I thought it was amazing. So really, really enjoyed that. And then also this year I finished reading all of, I'm never sure if it's Gillian or Gillian. It's Gillian, like, makes the most sense. But Gillian Flynn's books, so Sharp Objects and Dark Places. I read Gone Girl in 2014, and then this year I read the other two and I loved them, so those are my favourite books of the year. And I was trying to think of a favourite movie this year, but I can't think of one. Nothing kind of stood out to me, so I don't want to just mention anything for the sake of it. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm looking forward to finding loads more exciting, lovely products next year, and let me know what your favourite products this year were. I'd love to know. I find this so fascinating, and I will see you in my next video next year. Well, we're already in this year when this video goes up, but I'm filming it way in advance, so yeah, ignore that, but whatever. I will see you in my next video then. Bye bye.